Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are going to completely reframe your entire English learning mindset. If you've been stuck in that endless, frustrating loop of trying to achieve flawless grammar before you speak, well, we're going to break you right out of it. By the end of our time together, you'll have a highly actionable blueprint for confident, real-world communication. Let's dive right in.
So why do we study grammar for years, only to completely freeze up when it's actually time to speak? It's a deeply frustrating reality, right? You literally spend years in classrooms staring at textbooks, memorizing endless verb conjugations. But then you step into a real-life situation, say you're traveling or you're at a job interview, and when it's time to just open your mouth and speak, total freeze. If you felt that anxiety, that hesitation, believe me, you are absolutely not alone. It's so incredibly common. But today, we're fixing it.
Here's our agenda for today. We'll be covering overcoming English speaking anxiety, the 15-minute daily routine, real-world role-play scenarios, AI tools for language practice, and finally, your 30-day speaking challenge.
Section 1, Overcoming English Speaking Anxiety, Shifting Your Mindset. To tackle this anxiety, we really have to talk about the most exhausting trap learners fall into, and that is the habit of translating every single sentence from your native language into English right in your head before speaking it. It's so slow, it causes endless hesitation, and honestly, it just drains your mental energy. We have to train the brain to think directly in English. Think about it like this. English is like riding a bicycle. You absolutely cannot learn to ride a bike just by reading the manual, right? You got to get on it, you have to wobble around a bit, and you have to practice. Making mistakes isn't failing. It is quite literally just how you learn to balance. So be patient, be gentle, especially with yourself. So the absolutely crucial point here is shifting your primary goal. We're moving far away from the impossible pressure of flawless grammar and pivoting straight toward confident communication. I really want you to take all that pressure off your shoulders right now. We are aiming for daily micro wins. We want momentum. Because perfection is the enemy of progress when it comes to spoken languages. Moving on to Section 2, the 15-minute daily routine, consistency over volume. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, I definitely don't have time to practice speaking every single day. But we're going to look at a routine from Oxford Spoken English that proves literally nobody is too busy for this. It's all about consistency over volume. These specific steps are highly actionable, so let's break them down. For minutes 1 to 3, you warm up just by talking to yourself out loud about what you're doing. Things like, I feel tired today, or I'm making breakfast. Then, minutes 4 to 7, you listen and repeat after a native speaker, sentence by sentence, just really mimicking their rhythm. Apps like Elsa, BBC Learning English, or honestly just simple YouTube clips are perfect for this shadowing phase. Next, minutes 8 to 10, put 3 to 5 new vocabulary words into action by creating your own sentences out loud. Then, for minutes 11 to 13, practice spontaneous speaking by answering a simple question aloud, like, what's your favorite food? Finally, in minutes 14 and 15, you just recap and reflect on what you practiced. And that's it, just 15 minutes. But doing this highly concentrated practice every single day is exactly what builds true confidence, fluency, and expands your vocabulary. Consistency is the real magic key here. To stay on track, just set a daily timer on your phone, or maybe keep a speaking journal where you jot down what you said and what you want to improve on tomorrow. Section 3, Real-World Role-Play Scenarios. Context is everything. Just reading about English won't make you fluent. Actually doing real-world role-play as well. Context is just everything when you're out there in the world. To really ground this theory in reality, think about everyday settings, like ordering at a cafe or eating at a casual restaurant. These are perfect testing grounds for your English. But these common scenarios require specific phrases and polite openers. And remember, kindness is a simple thing, but it has great power in these interactions. A kind word can really make a stranger smile, and it absolutely changes how people respond to your English.
Let's contrast two approaches. If you stop a stranger on the street and say, "Where is the cafe?" I mean, it works, but it feels incredibly abrupt. Native speakers might actually perceive it as rude. Simply skipping a polite opener changes the whole tone. Always try to lead with something like, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to?" It sounds so much more natural. Remember, when you give respect, people respect you.
The exact same logic applies when you're ordering food. Saying "I want" is pretty impolite. Instead, use "I'd like" or "could I have." These subtle vocabulary shifts make a massive difference. Kindness always comes back, right? When you choose your words carefully, Speaking with politeness and warmth, everyday interactions just go so much smoother. Choose words that make people feel good. Building on that natural, friendly communication, let's quickly run through a few common conversational pitfalls to avoid. First, don't translate idioms literally. Phrases like same old are fixed chunks in English. Second, avoid those long monologue answers. If a friend asks what's new, give a short 3 to 4 sentence answer and then ask them a question. You can help others so much just with your words. Listen when someone feels sad or encourage a friend who's having a tough day. Going on for 5 minutes about yourself just signals you aren't interested in them. Third, never use bizarrely formal language like how do you do with friends. Stick to hey, how's it going? And finally, if you suggest hanging out, make concrete plans. Pin down a specific day. Oh, and if someone makes a mistake speaking, forgive them. We're all learning. Section 4. AI tools for language practice. Simulating dialogue. Now, what if you want to practice these scenarios but you don't actually have a native speaker handy? Well, using AI chatbots as practice partners is just a fantastic way to simulate dialogue without any fear of judgment. To get the most out of this, you really need the right framework. There's this highly specific blueprint from Reddit that turns an AI like ChatGPT into a really warm, encouraging conversational partner. You basically prompt the AI to carefully review your answers and provide gentle, beginner-friendly corrections. You ask it to explain mistakes simply, and crucially, you require it to always follow up with a relevant conversational question to keep the chat moving, and you ask it to occasionally suggest natural idiomatic phrases. You really want to emphasize this directly in your prompt. The goal here isn't just some rigid grammar test where it simply fixes your errors. The true goal is to prioritize fluid, back-and-forth dialogue that mirrors real conversational dynamics. You want to build genuine engagement, responding to the AI just like you would a human partner.
Section 5, your 30-day speaking challenge. Take action today. All right, we've covered the mindset, the routine, the role plays, and the tools. Now it is time to step out of your comfort zone. I am directly challenging you to start pedaling that bicycle right now with a 30-day speaking challenge.
But before you officially begin, I want you to consider this really surprising statistic from Preply. Did you know that clear stress patterns improve listener comprehension by up to 40%? 40%! That is a massive jump. And this is exactly why you need to actually record your own voice and listen back to it. You literally need to hear your own rhythm so you can improve it. So, here is your exact day 1 mission. Step 1. Speak in English for 5 minutes today. Just introduce yourself using the structures we've discussed. Step 2. Record your voice on your phone. And step 3, and honestly, this is the most important one, completely ignore the mistakes. Just keep that momentum going. If you stumble, keep talking. Remember, every single fluent expert you have ever admired was once a struggling beginner exactly where you are right now. The only difference, they simply never stopped practicing. I'll leave you with this final thought. If you embrace the mistakes, if you commit to those daily micro-wins, and if you approach every single conversation with patience and kindness, what will your English sound like in 30 days? Remember, strong people are not only successful, strong people are also kind. Keep a good heart, ask yourself how you can make someone's life a little better with your communication, and trust me, the world becomes brighter because of people like you. Get out there, open your mouth, and start speaking.